So, what if I told you the key to unlocking a student's potential isn't just about what they learn, but how they learn? Today, we're going to dive into 7 really powerful strategies that are completely changing the game in education, helping schools move from these kind of outdated models to something that creates truly amazing performance.
You've probably seen this, right? It's a question that drives teachers, parents, and students crazy. And the answer, surprisingly, isn't always about a student's natural talent. It's often about something we can actually control, the way we teach.
Okay, so this slide really lays it all out. On the left, you've got the old school way of doing things, just memorizing facts, treating every student exactly the same. You know, the stuff that's just not cutting it anymore. But on the right, that's where we need to be. We're talking interactive, focused on the individual student, and really developing the whole person.
So you might be thinking, what's the big deal if we don't adapt? Well, the consequences aren't just little setbacks. They actually affect the entire education system. The stakes are really, really high.
And it's not pretty. It's like a domino effect. The school's reputation starts to slide. Failure rates go up, and sadly, so do dropout rates. Students lose their self-confidence, and learning just becomes this boring chore of memorizing stuff for a test. Meanwhile, you've got these passionate teachers who are just burning out because they can't make the impact they want to. Sticking with the old way, it's just not an option.
All right, so that's the problem. But this is where we start talking about the solution. And to do that, we first have to totally rethink what we're aiming for. Like, what does improved academic performance even mean in today's world?
So here it is, the new definition. And honestly, this is a game changer. We're moving way beyond just looking at test scores. Real academic performance is about building actual skills, getting a deep understanding of subjects, and, this is the big one, learning how to learn. It's just a much more powerful way to think about what success really is.
So let's break that down a bit. What does this actually look like? Well, it means we stop just memorizing facts and start really understanding concepts. It means we use technology to let students take charge of their own learning. And it's about building a space that encourages creativity and critical thinking, all backed by teachers who are constantly trained and who analyze student performance to help them get better.
This all sounds great, right? But how do you actually make it happen? The secret ingredient, the thing that makes all of this possible, is making education smarter. And the key to that is data.
Yep, the foundation for this whole new strategy is one simple but incredibly powerful idea: continuously tracking student performance. Without that, we're basically just guessing. But with it, we can make smart, precise, and effective decisions.
This is where that data becomes this amazing tool. Just picture a teacher tracking a student's progress. They notice a specific gap. Maybe the student is struggling with fractions. Instead of just moving on, the teacher can actually personalize the next lesson just for them and then step in with targeted help right when it's needed. It's this powerful cycle that stops kids from falling through the cracks.
And the really cool thing is this isn't just some top-down thing for the school board. Data empowers everyone. Teachers can see what's working and what's not, and they can adjust their methods on the fly. Parents get these clear, easy-to-understand reports on how their kid is actually doing, and the school as a whole can make much smarter decisions about where to put its resources.
Okay, so we've got our foundation, data. Now it's time to build the house. Let's get to the heart of it, the 7 specific strategies that really bring this modern approach to life.
The first 3 strategies are all about what happens right inside the classroom. We're talking about ditching the boring lectures and using interactive methods that really get students thinking. Think group projects instead of just taking notes. It also means using technology in a smart way, not as a distraction, but as a tool to help students learn at their own pace. And maybe most important of all, it's about personalizing that learning journey for every single student. All right, now let's zoom out from the classroom and look at the whole school. The next 4 strategies are about the bigger picture. This has to start with making sure teachers are always getting trained in these new methods. It means making that data-driven progress monitoring a core part of the school's DNA. It also means we have to ask ourselves a tough question. Is what we're teaching actually preparing kids for the real world? And finally, it's all about building a culture where trying new things and working together is just normal.
So, let's say a school does all this. They put in all this hard work. What's the end result? What's the ultimate payoff for all this effort? Let's take a look at why this really matters.
The impact is huge, seriously. For students, it's not just about getting better grades. They become more confident, and they actually develop a love for learning. Teachers feel totally re-energized because they can see the real impact they're having.
And for the schools themselves, the reputation grows and they see a real drop in failure and dropout rates. It is a win-win-win for absolutely everyone.
Which brings us to one final really important question. If we know that these strategies, this data-driven, student-centered approach are the path to success, what's really stopping every single school in every community from making it happen?